It's mic drop, mama on the beat. Can't you feel the heat? It's mic drop, mama here to speak. Won't you take a seat? It's mic drop, mama on the beat. Can't you feel the heat? It's mic drop, mama here to speak. Go ahead, take a seat.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my 20-week pregnancy update. If you guys are new here, make sure you go check out my usual videos, which are my mom raps.
Don't make no money.
Yo, think you can compete with mommy? Better think again, you one-trick pony. Feeling like you big, making some money. Mama creates the human race on the daily. That's right. Doctor, chef, counselor, and maid, she does.
I love making up songs just for mamas, and I love making them into mom rap videos, so go check those out after this video. Alright, so week 20. I'm gonna open up my Pregnancy Plus app and just read you guys the little baby facts for week 20. Week 20 is obviously halfway, which is really exciting, and also not, because I still have halfway to go. But it says they are 10.51 inches and 12.7 ounces. So close to a pound, but not yet. Still, after 20 weeks of growing, they're still not even a pound. The baby's gender can now be identified on an ultrasound. Yes, I found out the gender at 16 weeks, I think. And I have that gender reveal video that I just put up last week that you need to go watch if you haven't seen it. I'll put the link up here and in the description. It also says your baby may be busy sucking its thumb, yawning, and kicking in your uterus. It's definitely kicking. I'm actually going to be talking about the gender in this video because it's already been a while since I posted my gender reveal, so sorry if you guys haven't seen it yet, but we're having a girl. You should still watch my gender reveal video though, because it's really cute. It's like a little game we made up with my 4-year-old son. But yes, we are having a girl, and we already have a son, so that's pretty exciting for us. But she has been kicking a lot. Not like all the time, but I can definitely tell she's kicking a lot more now. Obviously, I don't know if she's sucking her thumb or yawning, but hair is growing on your baby's head and facial features are formed. And it says that it's about the size of a cantaloupe, which is pretty big. You can do the size by fruit or animals. It's a kitten, or sweets. And it's popcorn, but it's not really a sweet, but there's the size of popcorn. I don't know if that was the best pick, Pregnancy Plus, but alright, those are some little facts about week 20 for the baby. So now I'm going to talk about the update for my baby. Like I said, I've been feeling them move a lot more. I guess I can say she now. I keep saying them because I didn't want to give away the gender in past videos, but she is moving a lot more now. She mostly moves at night. I don't really feel her that much at all during the day. It's usually like at night after I put my son to bed, and then I lay down on the couch. Or speaking of my son, he's trying to break in this room right now. But yeah, I'm feeling... Okay, so she usually kicks at night when I'm relaxing after doing everything for the day and I'm just like watching a show or something. I can also feel her in the night a little bit. I'll wake up for a second and just feel her moving around a little bit. So yeah, I guess she's on the complete opposite sleep schedule that I'm on, which is great. See how that goes when she gets here. Oh, and I can also see the movements now, which is really cool because before they were so small that you couldn't really see them, but I've actually seen them, so it's exciting. So yeah, I've talked about that it's a girl, obviously, but I haven't really talked about my feelings about that. I actually wanted, I didn't like care either way, obviously, because I would have loved to have another boy because I'm really comfortable with boys and I've had experience with a boy. I've always been more comfortable around boys just because I grew up with 3 brothers and I have already had a boy, so I know how to deal with boys more than I do with girls. And so yeah, having a girl as my child is kind of like intimidating a little bit, to be honest, but I know for a fact I'm already gonna love her as much as my little boy, and it's just gonna be a whole new experience and I don't know what to expect, so I'm excited. But yeah, I wanted to have a girl because I already got the chance of having a son, so I wanted to experience having a daughter also, and that's what I got. So I'm pretty excited, even though I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I know it'll be awesome being able to raise a boy and a girl, so I'm excited. Oh, and Jasper, my son, is also noticing a lot more that my belly is growing and commenting on it more. the other day he said he looked at my belly and like I could tell that he noticed it was bigger, and he was like, "Sister in mommy's belly." I was kind of surprised because he hasn't noticed it on his own yet. So yeah, I think he's kind of getting it now. Whereas before he was like really confused. But so I had an OB appointment, I think it was yesterday actually. And I talked to the doctor more about the little placenta hemorrhage issue that I was told that I had whenever I went to my maternal fetal medicine doctor about a week before that, and I talk about that in my last video, my 19-week update. If you haven't seen that, I will link it below this video. So I talked to my OB doctor about that issue, and she told me a couple new things about it that the other doctor didn't tell me. She said that if it was earlier in my pregnancy and they found it, then it could mean that I have a higher chance of miscarrying, but since I'm already this far along, usually people who go this far with, I need to learn what it's called. It's like a placental hemorrhage or something. Hemorrhage sounds so bad to me. I don't know. Sounds like I'm like internally bleeding or something, but I guess it's like comparable to like a bruise. But she said if they had found it earlier in my pregnancy, then they would have told me that I might be more likely to miscarry. But usually people who make it this far in their pregnancy with this thing are just fine and there's nothing to worry about anymore. So I'm like, well, thankfully they didn't tell me about this earlier because I would have been like freaking out that I was gonna miscarry, but I don't know. I guess it's nothing I have to worry about at this point in the pregnancy. Oh, and she also said that the only advice she would give me about it is that I should avoid sudden movements or like wild intercourse or like jolty movements. I don't know. That's what she said. So essentially it's nothing to worry about still. So that's good. Oh, and usually I know people get their anatomy scans around 20 weeks, but since I'm type 1 diabetic, it's a little different of a situation for me. I pretty much get an anatomy scan at every appointment that I have because I guess diabetics are at a higher risk for things going wrong. I don't know. I have my own opinion about that, but the doctors are very careful when it comes to dealing with diabetics. So they do a thorough ultrasound. I think my first one was like 15 or 16 weeks where they basically did an anatomy scan. And then they did one at my last appointment, and then they're gonna do one at my next one, which is 21 or 22 weeks. So yeah, I guess I'll let you guys know how that goes after I have that appointment. But after my last scan, like I talked about in my last video, everything looked good so far. So we shall see what they say in my next one. But yeah, that's why I'm not like telling you guys about a specific anatomy scan appointment because I have a lot of them, basically. All right, let's move on to my symptoms. So I haven't really had a ton of new symptoms this week. I did notice that I got nauseous a couple times, which is annoying, but it's not like an everyday thing and it's not like often. It's just like super random. Like if I eat something that doesn't sit well with me, then I'll have to sit there for a second and kind of like recuperate before I can keep eating. But yeah, it's happened like 2 or 3 times in the past week. It's not nearly as bad as it was in my first trimester. It's just something I've noticed because I hadn't had any nausea. I hadn't had any nausea for a good amount of time before that. For the most part, I don't feel nauseous at all. It's just like catches me off guard. Oh, and another big one this past week, I've actually had a lot more gas. Yeah, it's been not fun. But it's funny because someone asked me if I've had a lot of gas in my pregnancy yet in my 16-week update video, I think. And then I answered that question in my last video and I said, no, not really. I haven't really had that much gas. But yeah, I am going to correct that statement in this video because this past week I have had a lot of gas, which has been like super uncomfortable and just like annoying because I'll think I have to go to the bathroom a lot, but really I don't. I just have to fart constantly. That's been great. I've still been hungrier than normal. Usually I'm not one to like notice my hunger, as weird as that sounds, unless it's first thing in the morning. Like first thing in the morning I'm hungry and I need to eat like a lot of food and pretty quickly when I wake up. Like that's me normally. Usually if I am like busy in the day, I'll like forget about lunch and then I'll end up eating late because I'll start to get hungry like toward dinner time and I'll be like, oh, well. So yeah, I'll eat like a late lunch and then I don't really get hungry during the evening as much as in the morning. Yeah, that's me in my normal life. But these past few weeks, I've been hungry just pretty much all day. Like I'll notice that I'm hungry. I'm like, oh man, I need to eat. Or if I don't eat enough for lunch or dinner, I'll be like, I need to eat more. But yeah, it's out of the norm for me to like constantly notice my hunger throughout the day. This one isn't really a new one, but I thought I'd mention it because I haven't really mentioned it in my past videos. And that's getting like worked up over what I would normally consider things that aren't that big of a deal. And by worked up, I mean like getting emotional. I don't know, just like little things will just make me tear up. And it's so weird because normally I'm not one who cries a lot or very easily, but I feel like the littlest things will just make me start tearing up, like a song or like the weirdest, most random thoughts, and I'll start tearing up about them. Or when I watch other moms' YouTube videos and like they're having a moment with their child and I can like relate to it or something, then I'll start tearing up. I'm just like, oh my gosh, why is liquid coming to my eyeballs right now? Like I can't control it. So yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, that's definitely a symptom because that doesn't normally happen to me. My weight is still about the same as last week. I've gained about 3 pounds total so far this pregnancy. Not worried about it or anything, just is what it is. My belly is definitely getting heavier and more in the way. It's so funny. I noticed in my last video that I had like some liquid on my belly whenever I was showing my belly shot, and today I looked down and I noticed that I had some liquid on my belly also. So I think that like I'm not like used to the distance between myself or like my belly and like the bathroom counter or the kitchen counter. So I guess I like hit my belly on it a lot and something liquid will get on my shirt. That's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise I don't know why I would have random like spots of liquid on my belly. But yeah, my belly has definitely been getting in the way, and especially at night because I wake up a lot more frequently trying to switch positions or like switch the side that I'm sleeping on. She's getting bigger in there, that's for sure. Alright, so I think that is about it for my pregnancy update. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already because I have a lot more videos in store. Pregnancy videos, mom wraps, my labor and delivery, all kinds of good stuff. So don't miss it and push that subscribe button. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, and I will show you guys my bump now. There's those random liquid spots I was talking about. Have a new mom rap that I'm working on right now. It's a song and video that I created all about the first trimester. I'm putting it up a little bit late, but I plan on doing a first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester mom rap. I'm gonna be getting that mom rap up in the next week or so, so look out for that. All right, that's it for this week. See you guys in my next update. Bye.
Hey, hey, it's Mike Drop Mama on the beat. Can't you feel the heat? It's Mike Drop Mama here to speak. Won't you take a seat? It's Mike Drop Mama on the beat. Can't you feel the heat? It's Mike Drop Mama here to speak. Go ahead, take a seat.